I'm reading from the book Liar and Spy, chapter Safer, on page 21. Coffee? Safer asks. He takes a flask, an actual flask, out of his back pocket. I know what a flask is because my dad has two of them. Dad doesn't use his, though. He just likes to look at them. They're really old, of course, and one of them belonged to his grandfather. It even has his initials on it. Safer unscrews the top slowly, puts the flask to his lips, and tips it back. He swallows and then holds it out to me. No thanks, I say. I heard coffee stunts your growth. Safer shrugs, screws the top back on, and shoves the flask back into his pocket. Let's get started. Question number 1. How many garbage cans are lined up outside that door? We're kind of leaning against the table from opposite sides, and he's looking right into my eyes. Was that your sister, I ask? Safer blinks. Yes. How many garbage cans? I don't know, I tell him. Do you want me to count them for you? Or you could, count them yourself. Are you asking me to count them? No, I'm not asking you to count them. I assume you can count. I'm asking you to remember. Oh, I realize it's a test. 8 maybe? 10. How many buttons on your shirt? Don't look. I have an almost irresistible urge to look down. I stare at the light bulb on the ceiling and to stop myself. 7. 7? 8. Okay, so what's your point? My point. He pulls the flask out again, takes a drink, and wipes his mouth with his sleeve. My point is that we have a lot of work to do. Safer takes the spy stuff very seriously. He tells me that there's this guy in the building who he calls Mr. X, who is almost definitely up to something evil. He says evil like it's something he deals with every day. Just another day fighting the world's evil forces. I like it. Mr. X wears black all the time, Safer tells me. All the time. Black pants, black shirt, black shorts in the summer. He's always moving these suitcases in and out of the building, and they look heavy. Wait, I said, thinking of the morning in the elevator. Does he wear a baseball cap with a fish on it? Safer snaps his head around to stare at me. No, he does not wear a baseball cap with a fish on it. Oh, I thought maybe I saw him. My dad talked to a guy with 2 big suitcases in the elevator this morning, but he was wearing a fish hat. It was yellow. Safer looks annoyed. That couldn't have been him. If Mr. X wore a baseball cap, it would have been black. Or it would be black. Oh, right. And another thing is that Mr. X doesn't talk. He doesn't talk? He doesn't talk. Wait, you mean never? Safer leans toward me and shakes his head slowly back and forth. He gives me the willies, and I'm not sure I want to be here anymore. But I'm not sure I want to leave either. Safer begins to pace. The room is so small that he's basically just walking around the table in circles. Every time he gets to where I'm standing, he does an about face and walks in the other direction. So if we're going to work together, you have to learn to focus, to try to notice things. What things? It doesn't matter what things. Anything. Buttons, garbage cans. Stay in the moment. I get the feeling your mind wanders. I don't say anything. It does. You're a very important part of this case, you know. I am? You are. Why? Because you live in the apartment right below him. Below who? Below Mr. X. I do? But I haven't even told you what apartment I live in. He crosses his arms and looks at me. I can tell you're smart, you know. Even though you ask all those questions you know the answers to. Sure, I'm smart, and sometimes I do ask questions I know the answers to. Mom calls it stalling, but honestly, it's just hard to follow Safer's conversation. No one can know about this, of course, not yet. About what? Mr. X, us, the spy club. Oh, what about Candy? Candy won't tell. You didn't say anything, did you, to your dad? No. Well, he knows about the spy club sign. He was actually the one who asked me what time the meeting was. Safer blows his cheeks in exasperation and throws his arms up toward the ceiling. Great! Now he knows something is up. You're the one who put the sign up. What was I supposed to do? Spend 20 minutes throwing out the garbage? He'd come down here looking for me. It's okay, Safer says. Calm down. I'm calm. I don't point out that he's the one who started throwing his arms around. Just tell him that no one showed. What? Tell him you came down and waited, but no one showed up. You can do that, can't you? I guess, but good. Can I ask you a question? Why do you take those dogs down here? This is where those stairs lead from the lobby, right? To the basement? It's a job. I'm a dog walker. You walk them in the basement? In the courtyard, there's a door. Why don't you take them outside? He waves a hand at me. I had some trouble. I'm not supposed to talk about it. Oh, I nod toward the elevator. So you heading upstairs? Go ahead, Safer says. I never use the elevator. Too easy to be taken by surprise. Seriously? And there's only one exit. Okay, well, I'll see you, I guess. He nods. At the next meeting. When's that? Safer cups one hand under my elbow and steers me to the door. I'll be in touch. Should I give you my phone number or something? He taps his head. Not necessary.